Hello, everybody, and welcome after a long hiatus, I guess, to the Recon Roundabout show. We are today on episode 12, and I'd like to introduce our wonderful guest of the day, Jimmy, who is also the editor, or one of the editors for our podcast. Jimmy, if you want to say hi and kind of tell us about yourself.
Edit the videos. Sunhelp, this is
Yeah, you couldn't find anybody else, man. You
Please, Sunhelp, I'm being held hostage.
You don't need help.
Yeah, editor for the podcast, one of three. The best editor.
Yeah,
Clearly
totally.
do it all. Every mistake
Totally.
is
We
technically
discount
my
all
fault.
the others.
Even though all the mistakes of the podcast are my fault. That's not the point.
Well, see, no, it's like, you know,
And
win
you're
big,
being, "Why are
win
you
big, lose
screwing
big. Win big, lose big.
Yup.
Um,
When you
'cause-
do all the work, there's all the blame.
yeah, all the work.
Yes, that's so
Jericho, our
You
other
do all
like,
the audio editing. I love you. Please don't.
you know, it's.
No, I hope he censors every word you're saying.
Oh
right now.
yeah, it's just beeps.
It's just me and Dante, and literally you're just gone. You're not
Dude.
even part of this
Jericho
podcast.
would do that, so don't
Oh
give him
god,
That's
that'd
too
be
much
so
work.
funny.
It is though.
Okay, so I know we've kind of been sitting here while I set everything up prior to the recording, but Jimmy, if you kind of want to tell everybody so that anybody who might not know you new to the unit, you know, we've had like fucking 10 new people come in the past like
I mean,
2-3
because
days.
they're in my squad.
I've done like
but,
half
you know,
of their recruitments.
Yeah, which is crazy. I mean, it's fucking awesome to see. But yeah, no. So, yeah, Jimmy, if you just want to roll us through, like, you know, who Jimmy is.
Well, I'm the main character of the 91st, as established by that.
Sorry,
one
you and Jade?
Yeah.
Did you make Jade? Did you make
No,
J-Trans?
I dropped out of the J-Trans technically because
I'm sorry, I'm
Still sorry. the main character?
I'm
Yeah.
sorry, Jade's the main character.
Took,
Yeah,
took
Jay's
second
the
in my
character.
4x1
I'll have you
relay
know.
race, so I had
Whoa.
priorities.
Or sorry, currently in our campaign, the 38th are the main character.
Yeah,
let's
apparently.
get the facts straight here.
I don't read the outboards.
Wow.
Interesting. You know, hey,
That's
Donte's got a promotion.
horrible.
Oh,
Yeah.
I know. I know what I said. I
Yeah,
know what-
no. Okay,
what-
that's fucked up.
Nah, I read them. Mainly because yelled at me for not reading them.
Yeah, Troy yelled at me like forever ago to to read them, and I was like, I got worried I was gonna get written up or something.
Yeah, I'm like,
So
I
I've
don't
been
read
reading
them.
them
It's just
ever
like,
since.
you're your team lead. You should do that. But back onto who I am. Yeah, main character, only person in the unit to kill a tank with a pistol with stun mags.
That's crazy.
Totally.
I just don't
happened.
believe
There
you.
is-
Yeah,
there is
picture
videos
didn't happen.
somewhere. There actually is a picture.
Okay, well,
feel like
here about
there's,
how about this,
video-
Mr. Big Editor Boy? You need to go find it, and then
Oh,
put it on screen.
Put it
I'll
on
throw
like
it on the
right
screen.
now.
Yeah, and pause our
Put no
audio.
audio on it.
I'll put it
right
there.
here.
I bet
I'll
there's
put it
gonna be
there
a
when I edit.
fucking tank round going into it. You're gonna be like, yeah, I totally took it out.
Yeah. Trust
Picture
me.
of a scoreboard, because that's all the picture I have is just a
Scoreboard.
It definitely wasn't that missile behind me.
Missile knows where it is at all times.
No, okay,
no.
so beyond doing this though, you're a lead of what though?
I am 2 on Bravo's team lead, 2nd platoon. Acting squad leader right now, as my squad lead is currently in the active war zone.
Gangster.
So yeah, he shows up though more than our platoon staff.
Also gangster. I don't actually.
We
Money
don't have a
moves.
platoon staff.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
That's a joke. But yeah, also a streamer for the unit.
Yeah.
And yeah, corporal
Yeah.
in the unit.
Yeah, CP. I'm CP. I'm a special kind of CP though.
You're a
Oh.
medic.
I'm a goofy CP.
He's a goofy goober.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I mean, what other C shops are you in? What else do you do for the unit besides
Streaming.
sit there and look pretty?
Sit there and look pretty, but
That's
live.
fine. Do you use like a cam or something, or do you have like a little guy? Or
I
you
don't.
just
yeah, are you one of the
Nope,
few
there's-
are you
YouTubers
the
we have?
VTuber? Are you
Yeah,
Nope,
VTuber?
I'm
you
not
got
a
a
VTuber. I
virtual-
don't
Yeah,
have
a
a
little
face.
cat.
I'm just a face.
Ah, yeah, I feel like you're a cat.
Yeah, I
no,
feel like
actually,
you're-
you're
I feel
probably
like
like a
yeah, yeah,
Maltese.
Well, you would know
Yeah,
that if you would
ooh.
actually watch my stream.
Ooh.
Jimmy gives me orange tabby vibes.
If I had more than
Ooh,
one
I agree,
viewer by
actually.
last
Yeah, he's an
stream,
orange
you
cat
would know this
motherfucker.
Loki.
Have you seen Trauma's cat though?
I have.
Jimmy, if you have the picture of it, you should definitely put it on the podcast.
I'll throw it up.
Or
Yeah.
honestly, well, so we have a little like Discord chat, where we also keep our famed hidden episode that you guys might or may not see in the next 6 to 12 years, that we're gonna release.
My best editing work.
Yeah.
Anyway, so we have our little secret Discord channel that Trauma's still in, even though he kind of like bowed out of the podcast among other things. So
I tried roping him on, but he's like, "I'm hungry. I gotta go eat some chicken nuggets." And I was like, "Oh, fair enough, man."
no, having him back, because I know if you go back to the earlier episodes, you'll see that he was kind of like there because originally Trauma was our guy who recorded things.
Yeah,
so, like, Loki and I would
recording
talk, but
person.
Yeah,
He was the cameraman.
yeah, he was the cameraman, but he was still here. He would still like shoot the shit with us, so it was kind of a weird little thing. But no, maybe I'm sure we'll have him on again. He's always a joy to talk to, but I don't know. I mean, going forward, I mean, like I mentioned, we got a lot of new CRCs now. Because they've been kind of moving and grooving. I think I just saw all of them in sharpshooter training together, actually.
And all of them are in my team.
Let's go.
Not all
Or
of
not
them.
my
Half of them.
Half of the we took 5 new members in the last 2 days.
Yeah, it was that group.
A group of friends joined the unit, and all wanted to join our lovely squad of chaos and shenanigans. The original Hood Rat shit squad.
Yeah, you took Woods, Cooper, Siegel, and Blue.
Shout
And
out.
then one unnamed trooper that
One
will be
named
added.
Yeah, the
Special.
one unnamed. Yeah.
Once
Well-
he's a CT, you have to keep his name classified for not poaching. I swear, guys, they approached us first. They approached us first. We didn't poach him. I swear, command staff.
I'm surprised, actually. I don't know what about it. We're getting so many people in.
It's
summer.
summertime.
It's summertime. School's
Well,
ending
that's a-
soon.
Remember
That's a
Dante?
solid
You remember when
point.
you were a youngin? You
No.
remember when you were in high school, kicking that ball around?
Yeah,
remember when I
like
was
a
in high
little
school,
kid.
it's like it
Girls
was
that
today.
you were totally not afraid of.
Yeah, no, totally.
I remember high school. It's like it was today.
Yeah, that's crazy. Imagine being young. Anyways.
imagine. My knees hurt and shit now when I wake up.
Oh
My knee-
up.
my-
Dante got that too.
I woke up. My knees
Dante-
hurt when I
Dante
woke
has
up.
to go to-
I'm old, man.
I'm
not that old. You're like,
not
what,
even in your
25?
I'm 25, yeah.
Yeah, you're in your mid-20s.
I like go for walks after dinner now. Just sit
I
outside
bet you sit
the
on your back porch.
Yeah,
too,
yeah.
now.
I just look out in the
Dude,
world.
you
I'm
just
like,
live the life. I
yeah,
mean,
I'm
You're
just
just watching, waiting for those young people to get on your lawn.
I'm like, I shake my fist in the air. Get the fuck out of here, you little kids.
Now, we were just talking about Dante got the cheat code to life, though. We were talking about housing in America because we were talking to the Australians and I think one British dude. And I was like, damn, dude, Dante just got cheat codes. He just bought his fucking, childhood home.
Yeah.
So he doesn't ever have to pay mortgage, doesn't have to worry about it. You just gotta worry about the bills.
Damn.
That's it. Man lives simple life.
Dude, yeah, but the housing is fucking...
It's
Ridiculous.
fucking
God's
insane. and
good.
You got the cheat code to it, dude.
I mean-
I would hang on to it.
Housing's ridiculous, but don't get me started on college.
Yeah,
I-
trust me,
I
I've
think
been
all
there,
of
done
us
that.
have
I
suffered.
got to look at what I have to pay for college coming up in a year. It is not fun.
Oh yeah, because you're done
I'm a,
now, aren't you?
no, I have 2 more weeks.
Oh, okay.
I graduate on the 9th. I'm going to show up to an op, do the op, and then go graduate high school.
Fabulous.
Oh my god.
That's what's up.
Dude, you're gonna get your graduation gown. You're like, guys,
Guess
how many-
not
guess how
wearing
many
that during the
clankers I killed? I killed
op.
like
I was gonna say,
50.
if I have to wear that before the op, I am going to die of a heat stroke. in my
Did you
car.
go to fucking prom or anything like that, or is that
I
coming
went,
up?
I went to prom last year. I didn't go this year because I was at home with a concussion.
Is it
Good.
usually for juniors?
Yeah, it's junior. At least the way
Mine's
school
was
does it,
for
it's
juniors and seniors.
Juniors, seniors, and then lower classmen can go if they if they go
Yeah.
if they go with an upperclassman, which is
Yep.
only a little weird.
I don't
Yeah,
know.
senior
So
of a freshman. Yeah.
our my state that I live in, it's always seniors. I don't think I've ever met anybody in
Oh.
state that it's not just seniors. Like that's always how I've seen prom. That's weird.
I don't know. That's not what.
If I explain Mayday to you, or if I ask you what Mayday is, do you understand what that is?
Fuck no. What?
No,
You guys know what Mayday is?
no. Not like some
maybe
weird
it's a
homecoming
year thing. So
Made.
when I was in Georgia,
Okay.
we had these 4 big totem poles in the ground. They're just these white poles in the ground, right? And so when May Day would come around, guess what month it's in? Wait for it.
May.
It's May. Big brain.
Wild.
Keep it up with me. They would put these ribbons on top of it, and so working our way up to May, we would go out there as these elementary kids. And it was when you get to 5th grade, you got to decorate the poles. So once you hit 5th grade, they would teach you this dance, and this dance would inevitably be how to tie all the ribbons around the pole. And so then by the end of
Oh,
it,
This
the
is sounding
pole
like
Is
some
it-
old
really
stuff.
cool.
It
decorated.
sounds like a European thing. So you have kids with different color like bands around a pole, and you all run in a circle or like run around
so, like,
each other.
I had
Yeah,
like, a
yeah,
red
yeah.
ribbon, and so
I
I would
don't
weave
remember the
in
name of
and
it.
under people. It was like this weird little
Yeah.
like dance we had.
Yeah.
But when I came here to Kansas, we May Day. They treated May Day more of a time of giving. So we would make these gift baskets, and we would give them out to the education department, or we'd go out and give it to the community. I mean,
Mhm.
here in my hometown, we don't really have a big homeless problem, so we would just kind of, go to door and be like, "Hey, you're cool.
Here's some food.
Yeah, here's some chocolate and maybe $1 bill.
Oh shit, $1, dude.
$1.
The amount of things, dude, you could do with $1.
Okay, talking about dollars. Okay, because we were talking about prom, right?
Right.
Bro, another reason I didn't go to prom, it was like 50 or 60 bucks.
Yeah, same here. It was 50 for me when I
Well,
went.
last year
I
it was
never
like
went.
45.
You're boring.
And this
Inflation.
year it was like 60, and I'm like, I got a concussion, and I'm sensitive to like, nah.
How'd you get
I
a
went-
concussion?
Yeah, explain that story.
So, I do this. I do a group that's called the Society of Creative Anachronism, which is like a medieval recreation group thing.
What? Hold on, that's a mouthful.
so it's
Say
kinda
that
like
one more
Society
time
for
slower.
Society for Creative Anachronism.
Anachronism?
I don't know what that means.
Anachronism?
You don't know what it means.
Society for
Society
Creative
Anachronism. I don't know.
Anachronism?
No, anachronism. Just look up SCA. Just SCA.
I was fucking doing it
Okay,
right now.
cool.
don't
Anyways,
know- I'm
medieval
probably
stuff.
pronouncing it
Yeah,
wrong,
yeah,
and I
yeah,
don't
yeah.
know how to say it. But there's this sport called heavy fighting, which
Okay.
is very similar to a different one called Harnischvechten.
Okay.
The only difference
Oh
is
wow,
the
it's
sword-
like actually medieval shit. It's not like LARPing.
It's
I mean
not
it is,
LARPing,
but
no,
it's like advanced LARPing. Like you actually
I'll put a picture of it.
Yeah,
up.
Jimmy, can you like find a couple photos or we'll put some up that you can like put up for this cuz this is actually crazy.
Well, I have a
Wait,
couple-
is this kind of like those night fights?
that is Harnischvechten.
Okay.
The difference between Harnischvechten and what I do, which is heavy fighting, which is a fighting. There's a couple.
But
fighting
it's the
groups.
same like thing.
It's the same basic premise, except for you're not like punching each other because safety and shit. And minors are doing it.
So you're telling me you're beating the shit out of other kids?
Well, adults. And so what
Okay.
happened is I got fucking decked in the head, and my
Uh-huh.
helmet was apparently not padded right, and I had I got a concussion from it.
That's fucking crazy. I've always wanted to
got
do
lots of
night
girls.
fights. I think
I feel
that
like it's a
shit
cool
would
thing.
go hard, yeah.
Yeah, no, it's a lot of fun, and it only hurts a bit.
bit, he says.
Okay, so here I got you. So, anachronism is a thing belonging or appropriate to a period other than which to a period other than that in which it exists.
Oh,
So, like a reenactor is an anachronist.
okay. English class, everybody.
Yeah, or an act of attributing a custom event or object to a period in which it does not belong.
Okay.
So there you go. There you go, community.
And
All 5 to 10 listeners.
if I can, I can actually put a picture of myself in my fencing armor. Oh.
Yeah, dude, fill it up, man. If you want to put
Yeah.
photos rapid fire, like every
Yeah.
0.5 seconds, just like bah 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 bah. There you go.
that-
Da-da-da-da.
We'll get that.
CJ.
Roach one and everybody.
Da-da-da-da. Yeah. By the way, Roach wants a rotating picture. One of our CLs for the ARC troopers in our unit wanted rotating pictures every 0.3 seconds. So
0.3. That's specific.
yeah.
I think he
Yeah.
actually wanted 3 minutes, but
Well, you know.
that's less fun.
That's like way less funny. No, that's crazy that you do that, Jimmy. Is it really expensive?
Yes,
I believe it.
it is. I am lucky enough that I've been doing it since I was born because my dad's been doing it for 30 years.
Gangster.
So most of what we have has been around for a while.
Right.
But it's easy. You don't need to, ball out when you're getting started.
Of course.
But it isn't. You travel a lot.
What's like the price point though? Like if you were saying like how much money you need to do this. Like it,
1K?
I'm not saying yeah,
Well,
like do you get what I'm saying? Like if you want to start not just like the cheapest shit, but not the most expensive either. Like if you're just dropping shit.
Are you like the fighting or just participating in general?
Trying to
Fighting.
get into the event.
Fighting.
Fighting. Well, so they have this programs with loaner gear.
Okay.
So theoretically, if you're a average person and not 4'11" or 7'5", you could probably start out for almost free.
Okay. But like I mean I'm just saying like for anybody who's curious though.
Yeah,
It's like me too, like dude, that'd be badass. But like are you dropping like 5K on like a whole plate? Padding, plate, armor, like...
I think you're talking about 1K.
One? That's not
1K
bad at all.
For that and like a tent.
That's not bad.
But for like at least where I am located, there's the events for it range across 2 states and in Canada. So travel.
Yeah, that's gonna rack you up to about like $2,000.
Yeah, travel.
I'm sure.
It is not for everybody because it's hours in a car because it's not easy flights and stuff.
Right. Especially trying to fly with all that shit, I'm sure it would just make everything
you're also
horrid.
going to like fields in the middle of nowhere.
Right.
And stuff. So.
Do they usually attend like Renaissance festivals?
Not usually. They kind
Really?
of don't get along.
Really?
Because
I feel like they would work fucking hand in hand.
The SCA, at least the people I know in the SCA, are mostly a bunch of alcoholics. and the Renaissance Fair guys are more hippies.
Yeah. No, I get that.
Those groups don't really get along.
Yeah, weed society versus alcoholic society.
Well, and then there's also, you get the hardcore reenactment people, and then there's the people there for fun. And Renaissance fairs aren't really the same thing.
Right.
Gotcha.
They're similar but very different at the same time. But they're both. I mean, I've been to a Renaissance fair. Personally, I didn't like it because I was a child, and I was bored out of my mind. Also, I was a child, so I was at loincloth height.
Right.
And yeah, I saw some things.
No, I get it. I mean, I guess I get it. I like on and off go to the one that's in my state, but
yeah. I mean, I probably end up going to the one in my state this year because I have some friends that like it.
They're fun to go like maybe once for like whatever, but I feel like they do get old because there really isn't much to do, at least not in mine. I've heard some crazy stories though of like some happening in like fucking like Texas and shit that are crazy.
I mean, there's an event every year in the SCA that happens called Penzic.
Okay.
It's a very big event usually, and the one time I didn't end up going to it because it happened to align with something else. But my parents went to it in Arizona, I want to say, or Arizona or Texas, that area.
Mm-hmm.
They had record rain and flooded the entire event.
Interesting.
So, like, one of the largest events flooded, and it's not in, like, a big area, so everybody tried to leave and go to hotels. Well, there was no hotels.
Yeah, they're just, like, and it just creates fucking issues.
I was happy I didn't go to it. But there's some big events that we have all over, and it's fun.
No, holy shit, Jimmy! I didn't know you did that. That's fucking crazy.
I'll try and find a couple pictures of me.
Yeah, dude.
That aren't me, because I have videos, but I don't really feel like doing the work to convert it. I'll just steal pictures from my parents' Facebook.
Yeah, fucking dude, whatever you want to add, man. That's crazy. That's crazy as fuck. I mean, God. Okay, so we were talking about it. We've been gone for a month. We took kind of a hiatus, so I guess it's definitely perfect time to kind of speak on that now because what is it? I think last podcast. Yeah, it was last podcast. We got confirmation that I got put into writing lead. And I think that after we kind of posted that and like the editing and stuff like that and finally got that set out into our Discord and YouTube channel, that's when kind of like lead writing stuff actually had to be done. As well as Loki, if you want to kind of explain where you came from to where you are now as far as like promotions and stuff. Is he dead?
Loki?
Did he die?
Loki?
Uh,
This is an awkward time to go AFK, buddy.
Okay, well, maybe Loki like disconnected
So,
real
what do
fast.
you do as a writing department?
Okay, yeah.
Lead?
We'll just move on. Okay, anyway.
We'll come back.
Yeah. 'Cause the wonders of all working in a online call together, ladies and gentlemen. Anyway,
Loki?
so essentially, as far as writing lead is concerned, we do just about everything in concerning to like the general leadership of writing, which thankfully, because of who I'm working over, the people generally like to do this stuff, so it's not very hard to push them in that direction. I think leadership, as far as writing is concerned, isn't focused on essentially leading. It's more of a focus on creating a path. That's a good way to say it. It's like at the beginning of this campaign, I made it a point to every single campaign we have, I want to write the first weekends so that I am basically giving people the beginning ideas, beginning concepts, and then in our like announcements and Discord channels we have, I will give them a very loose path of what I'm expecting, or like what I want the campaign to be about. But from that point on, I really want to let the writers rock it out, because we have some really good people in C2 writing who
Loki posting his things on time.
no, because Loki. So C2 split up into a couple different sections, but essentially the ideas to actually playing missions goes like writing, mission making, and then Zeusing. So writers write the story, we'll write the op boards that we post, the operations are then written out to a pretty large extent, or as small, depending on kind of how the concept goes, because that's totally up to us. But what happens is from there we kind of push it off. Oh, is he back? He died?
He's back.
He's back.
I already used the bathroom. So
You're good.
Of
No,
course.
you're good.
I thought I
You're
could
good.
sneak away. I thought you guys.
No, we literally went.
We asked you a question.
Oh,
No, okay, that's you're good. Whatever. Anyway, so, we write our missions. We pass it off, to this Discord chat that we have, where then you have the mission makers and the Zeus who then see the mission that the writers have made. Those guys then work in tandem with the writers or in tandem with each other, whether it be mission maker and writer, mission maker.
Oh, you're talking
and
about C2.
Zeus. Yeah. Who essentially they work with each other, all three or whatever, to come up with the mission. Sometimes it's really, really, really detailed, or I guess it can be. Sometimes it's like whatever the fuck you want to do. And so because it's hard to translate something that is a written idea into a game like Arma, because as well developed as Arma can feel like sometimes, it also is the most dumb game at the same exact time. Like sometimes it's really easy to prove a concept, and then sometimes it's really hard to get around it.
Yeah.
But all that kind of culminates, and that's why we work so well together, or we have to, because if the writer and the mission maker want something to happen and the Zeus cannot physically make it happen, then it just can't happen. So it really takes all of C2 to work in this like start to finish like pipeline. And I don't know. I think that this campaign going forward, I don't know what really, really changed. maybe it's Loki getting promoted, but any of that, I mean, I'm really happy to see from what I heard, C2 was kind of messy to now where it seems like everyone at every point is at least excited.
Yeah.
To kind of move everything forward. And of course, we've had some hiccups just because, like, life happens and people forget or do this or that. But, like, it seems like everything is moving forward and everybody knows what's going on now. So I'm really happy. But since you're here now, Loki, do you want to kind of explain what happened in your promotion?
Well, ever since Lear disappeared, left our unit, someone had to take up the mantle C2, so I was like, I could fit this role, and one thing led to another. Some of our officers took over C2 for a bit. Predator, Volks, Frazier, all those wonderful gentlemen, and then they're like, you know what? Predator asked me one day, he's just like, you think you're ready? I was like, yeah, sure, I think I'm ready. And next thing you know, I get promoted to it, and then I'm like, dang, I now have power. And I kid you not, my first ever quote was, man, I can delete the C2 Discord. I have so much power.
You know what? We might all be better for it if you did, man.
You're right. And then Dante, I don't know if he's told the story already, but how he got writing lead was we were just chilling out one night, and I was like, Dante, you want writing lead? And he's like, yeah, sure, why not? I was like, deadass? And he's like, yeah, why not? Fuck it. And I was like, all right, well, and I wrote up the SR for him, done and done. He became the writing
Yeah,
head.
and I remember
No one else wanted it. I was
Predator,
like,
and he was like, okay, like
Yeah.
it was.
That's just how so
done.
much happens in this unit.
Yeah,
though,
it
with
literally
else
is just
for
like
it.
somebody
Just, hey, you
somewhere
want
else
this?
step up, yeah, and everyone else is like, sure, man, because the rest
They
is
don't want
history.
it, so the
Yeah.
sooner it gets filled, the sooner they don't have the worry of it getting thrown at them.
Yeah,
too.
right. No, I mean, it seems like, I guess, ever since we kind of came back, I think working at full strength, because fucking Miller, I have to like shout out his name about anybody, because he started drawing up a campaign he sent me a message as soon as I posted my op board in C2. He was like,
Yeah.
I have ideas. And I was like, go crazy, man. Because he told me he talked to you as well, Loki. And so he is pumping out fucking
Yeah,
ideas.
he's going.
Yeah, so I'm really glad. But I think everyone in C2...
I think my shout out goes out to my now 2IC, which is Woost. Man's been around. He's traveled. He's gone.
Yeah,
he's
seen
came
the
so
world.
hard.
I was gonna say, yeah, Woo's just been in C2.
Yeah.
For a minute.
Well, dude, we're working with him in Mission Makers was like talking to somebody that I've known for years. It was like he already kind of had the idea, and
Yeah, you've probably known him for years and been
and
here forever.
no, I don't think I really talked to Woost much. I mean, I don't. It's not like there's any issues or anything. I just don't think that like we've ran into each other.
Yeah, he's in Beskar. I mean, you see it once in a while.
Yeah,
blowing stuff up.
maybe we'll like walk past each other, but like really spent like time at a TeamSpeak together. I think that op we made together was the first time I've ever spent real time talk to him. No, he was fucking amazing. Like even deciding to switch maps at the last second, and how like hectic I know that could be for all of us. I'm really glad that we kind of like, do you want to do this? And then he was like, yep. And then we were like, cool, done. And really got past that hiccup in 10 less minutes.
Yeah.
So yeah, he seems very equipped for the spot. So I'm glad you put him there. No, yeah, I'm glad C2 is moving really well. I'm glad that we have new people coming in. I hope that we can pique the interest of more people, because I mean, I want to try to come with a way to come up with ideas, or like I said that kind of weirdly. It's like the unit gives C2 ideas or proposes things. Yeah, like. Just like a suggestion box type style, where like, because I feel like so many people have so many ideas, but I don't think are willing to get into C2 just to share them. Does that make sense?
No, I totally agree.
So
I mean, That's why I got my fun up as close, because I had an idea and I wanted to do it, and I still haven't done it, actually.
And well, thanks to me. Way to go, dude. Outing yourself. No, I'm really glad that I got a chance to do it. I'm really glad to see everybody excited to keep doing it. I'm really glad people like my campaign that I wrote up.
Are we still in your campaign?
Yeah, we're going to be in my campaign till the 10th. And then we're going into my next one, which, I guess not to spoil the thing, but I'm pulling a lot of ideas from Bad Batch.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Because I think Bad Batch really opened a lot of doors that I don't think were open before as far as lore for Star Wars.
And just ideas in general that people don't
conceive of. Yeah, they are. I think Bad Batch. I've never really watched a ton of episodes, but I think Bad Batch is doing a really good job at bringing the Republic into the Imperial era.
Yeah.
One day at a time type stuff. Because, I think for the most part, I think everybody kind of sees it as kind of like a to B, and it's either like white to black, but it's really like a very slow transition. I mean, it's super slow.
It took like a year, but yeah, slow.
Yeah, I mean, slow enough that you still have clone troopers and you still have and so it wasn't like one day it was just the Empire, but nobody really talked about it until I think Bad Batch kind of came out, because I think a lot of people like that point too, because Rogue One was I think really interesting for me as well as Solo, because they did that thing where they kind of put you in the shoes of the before, filling in the historical gaps as far as the Star Wars lore goes.
Yeah. I mean, I liked Rebels. Rebels started the talk about the end of the transition between Imperial and Republic to Imperial with the clones on the Walker thingy.
Well, dude,
spoilers if you haven't watched the show. It's 10 years old now, but
yeah, spoiler.
But yeah.
Dude, I cannot handle the animation style of fucking Rebels. I cannot, man. It's super different from the Clone Wars TV shows and stuff.
Yeah, it is different from the TV shows.
So the Rebels, if Rebels had a Clone Wars art, I know they had less money, but regardless if they
the anime art.
Yeah, but still, I mean, dude, that Clone Wars, it was like watching toys, kind of. I don't know how they got it so well animated to look so, weird. I don't think I don't think I've ever seen that art style before. I don't think I'll see it again. Yeah. But it's you could definitely tell when things were plastic, metal. They did really good.
The Bad Batch art style is very similar.
Yeah, I think
the same, but it is very similar.
I think that's why I like that. Also, I don't know. Something about that art style, just the semi-realistic or whatever the fuck they call it, but it fucking tops. Rebels is weird. The lightsabers are kind of weird. They kind of look more like lasers. Than the lightsabers before, super thin, and when people would swing around, you'd kind of see them drag. They were
I think it was Rebels that introduced the concept that's of people arguing that lightsabers had edges.
It did
because of that drag. That people when it drags, it has edge. I don't fully understand their connection, but
because I always thought of it like a cylinder.
Yeah.
It just but I don't know. I feel like there's a lot of lightsaber talk that people don't usually notice a lot, but I didn't even know something that's official lore is that lightsabers are drawn to each other. Because that was talked about in the old movies. I don't even remember that.
I vaguely remember that.
Yeah, if you touch two lightsabers at the midpoint and try to pull them apart, it's a lot harder. They want to drag to each other.
I feel like that's a lore excuse for choreographed fights.
Yeah, where they're where you had Old Man Obi-Wan versus I want to say Anakin, Vader, and they were kind of just like fencing with each other.
Yeah.
I don't really like that. Like, I feel like it should be kind of like swords. Like, I get the whole magnetic field thing, but like, I feel like it's just so weird to think like that. But that also leads in a crossguard conversation, because
Oh my
like
God,
you think people are opposed to crossguards because they have like a little bit of metal, and then saber. And then what happens though is you go to swing for that middle point between like where the metal is, and because of that magnetic pull, it's pulled to one of the two sabers.
Well,
Mhm.
even without that, crossguards are a historical thing to bring back the historical stuff. That even with that small point, the odds of you actually hitting that are so low
Yeah.
in movement because they're not going to stand perfectly still and hold it unless you're Kylo Ren who stood there and held a sword still a lot.
Yeah.
Um,
Well, like if you were actually fighting with it, like a sword, like a lightsaber, you probably wouldn't just let them try to hit your hand.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But at the same time, there are metals in Star Wars that can deflect sabers.
Yeah,
Like,
vibro.
easily. Yeah.
Vibro.
And yeah. And so if you had a saber hilt made of that.
Or Dead Star.
So what I'm saying too though is I feel like sabers honestly would look better without the saber crossguard with normal crossguards. You know what I mean? Like just having a metal piece built onto the saber instead of it just being like two other like lightsabers. I feel like that would make a little more sense.
I think that lightsabers are too bulky for that, though.
You think?
You think?
You think?
The lightsaber is just a cylinder handle usually, with buttons.
You see,
and
but
no form to it.
the
And I feel like if you
High
had-
Republic era gets rid of that entire fucking concept.
Well, I'm talking canon stuff. I don't know much about it.
That's canon. That's not
Is
extended
High
use.
Republic canon?
High Republic, Old Republic is extended use.
Old Republic's excited. Yeah,
High
I thought
Republic
got retconned.
is what Disney just made.
Oh.
Yeah, High Republic is like the way that I explain it, and like they still acknowledge the old Republic is there, but like the games and shit aren't real anymore. But anyway, it's like, do you know Rome by chance? Like Roman history?
Yes.
So think of it like this: you have the Roman Republic, which is the old Republic.
Yeah.
You have the early Roman Empire when like they beat Carthage and kind of controlled like Greece and like Spain and all that stuff, which they were like at their height. That is the High Republic. And then the New Republic is the Eastern Roman Empire. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
That's what happens. So you
And so
have the High Republic take over much of the galaxy. They fringe off and break up. And then you have the Republic before the Empire. Empire breaks into the New Republic and a bunch of other small factions as well.
To throw back to the earlier conversation, most of my stuff is modeled after either Roman or Venetian, which is part of Italy.
Yeah.
From Venice. So most of my stuff is Roman. So very
Yeah,
not,
Opossum.
decades, but I know a decent amount of Roman clothing apparently.
Also has a pretty good chunk of Roman shit. I'll try to get you a picture of his helmet that you can put up on screen.
Oh yeah, Goose.
And Goose as well, I've heard.
Yeah. Who did you
Goose
say?
in a centurion
Possum.
armor.
Possum.
Who? Possum? I was
Possum.
gonna say Goose
Yeah.
is fucking.
No,
that's
yeah,
all-
I get you. Possum's helmet's got the
reef.
but have you seen Goose in his
I was gonna say, have
pictures
you
and
seen
his
Goose
armor?
just full
No,
on
what?
crop pictures of himself
Yeah,
in
he's
armor?
got straight up Roman armor
Oh,
and
no
like
shit.
a sword.
I'll
Yeah.
see, if,
That's
I'll
what's
see
up.
if I can get Goose's permission to throw it in the podcast.
Yeah. Make a note of that if you have paper next to you or just whatever.
Just fucking
To
Goose
message
now.
him. Yeah. No, that's cool as fuck, actually. No, dude, anyway, so, like, the High Republic era is this, like, top-of-the-line Jedi, which if you play Jedi Survivor, because in this timeline I also played and beat Jedi Survivor, so I know I've been fucking talking about that goddamn game this entire fucking time we've been doing the podcast, but, the game is fucking stellar. I know it has problems running, and I'm not, and fucking, if you don't like the game because of that, then, like, totally fine.
I mean,
Because I
there's
get it.
so many people that just complain because their computer can't run the
No,
game.
and you know what, I
It's
get it, because
so annoying.
Moist Critical talked about this, as well as, like, 5 other fucking people I've talked about it, but the fact that I feel like games are coming out and they're bigger and bigger and they require more and more is getting kind of crazy.
Yeah.
And the fact that they are also unoptimized. You know, I don't think...
talking about unoptimized. Let's look at Arma.
Well, that's a different story, but the thing is like, you know, when you buy a AAA game that only the like richest people can afford to play on PC, it's like you're losing so much. Like, spend another month to optimize the game, cut the gigabytes down from like Jedi Survivor was like 110 gigabytes or some shit like that. Like, they could cut it down to like 80. Optimize it. You know what I mean? Really work on it and bring it down. And like, people will love it so much more. You know, if you can actually play the fucking game and it's not fucking, you know, 100 something gigs, then it's fucking gold.
Yeah.
But I think past that, I mean, Jedi Survivor really touched on the High Republic era as well. So I really think that they're slowly leaning into that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which is like big gamer news, I guess, for Star Wars-y shit. Top of the fact that, do you guys remember those guys who made a plasma, like, actual lightsaber, like, forever ago?
Haxon, I think?
Yeah, Hex.
Yeah. Have you seen what they've done?
They keep doing stuff that
They keep
seeing
making
I haven't
new
watched
ones.
Any of the videos,
Yeah,
but...
you need to go find their most recent one because they actually made like a sizable lightsaber. Like,
sizable as in
like it's not like some crazy backpack hooked up to like cords on cords and cords.
Yeah.
No, like it looks pretty fucking real. Which
dope.
is crazy.
Yeah, technology is getting into a place that is...
Yeah, we are entering a
both
fucking
super
world.
Cool, but super scary at the same time.
Yeah.
Because I can buy a flying car yet?
Yeah, no, we can't have that though. Because
Damn
you know what? God damn it, technology is going in places, but once.
Yeah.
You know what's
car once, but you
know what's crazy?
What?
You know what's crazy? We're still teaching dogs how to drive.
We are.
That's a crazy thought of the day. You know, we're talking about how fucking technology is advancing. Dude, we have been trying to teach dogs how to drive for like, oh my goodness, like 20 years, some odd years now? I don't know.
We gotta fucking make sure humans can drive cars properly first, dude.
Yeah, I think we do definitely.
Dude.
Yeah, have you seen the amount of car crashes? And oh my god.
That's why we don't have fucking flying cars. It's because we would have... Oh, I was about to say something crazy. If we would have...
refrain.
We would have so many more crashes. Dude, buildings would get crashed into fucking...
Oh, they already do.
Yeah, they already do. You imagine if someone could fly?
I mean, you can just look back and do it last time.
You could probably get like an aviation's license, I guess. I don't know.
Yeah, those are easy to get.
Well,
yeah.
The problem with flying cars and car clashes... crashes, not clashes. Is the fact that car crashes are already fatal enough.
Yeah.
You don't need to add altitude to that.
Right, and the amount of fuel and the type of engines that you would need to actually do that.
You were just
know what I
flying
mean?
a bomb.
Yeah. I mean, you really are just flying a fucking, unwarheaded missile. Yeah.
You're just flying your casket.
And then you're like, or fucking you can't land. The only way that I would trust that is if we can make sure that nobody actually flies the fucking thing, and it's all automated.
I remember. I don't remember what game it was because it was like 5 years ago. But none of my group of friends that I used to play with, none of us knew how to land. But there was a way you could just jump out of vehicles and they land because it was just buggy netcode. Because they just stopped moving all of a sudden. So you just fly over where we were landing and then jump out and they just drop them to the ground.
That's funny.
So you need cars that can do that.
Yeah, like some cyberpunk shit.
They would have a button or something.
Yeah, and you just say your destination is some AI fucking thing. Like some Siri, and then they fucking take you there.
I mean, don't give it
like that South Park episode?
I was thinking more like cyberpunk.
Fair enough.
That one.
Oh, like Delamain?
Yeah, like you know how you get in those
Elevator
flying cars
services.
and you're like, hey, take me to fucking this and this bar at the beginning of the game, and you just hop in and drink wine while they fly you around.
Oh yeah, the corp roaster. I
Yeah,
love that.
fucking back to that game. That game
Oh,
has had
what a
some
great
ups and
game.
downs.
Another
Dude.
game
Liberty.
that
What
couldn't
is it?
run on
Liberty
most
Dawn or
TeamSpeak.
whatever. Liberty.
Yeah,
something?
Liberty something. Is that out?
Not yet. It's getting there.
It's coming.
It's coming.
Let's check the
Cyberpunk had the
Steam.
same problem on release that Jedi Survivor did, though. That it was just it couldn't run on most PCs.
Yeah,
I wish they fixed it.
Look where
I think so. Did
yeah,
they fixed it.
they
Yeah,
made it better.
Cyberpunk is definitely like, if anybody that's listening like thinks about like, oh, we should check out Cyberpunk again. If you have it, go play it.
Yeah.
It's way better now than it is, and it's such a better time. They've changed so much about it. Like a
It
fuck
runs
ton.
and it's different. It's a different.
Where
It's just
the
different.
fuck is?
It's better. I never really played it too much because my PC could never handle it back then, and then I refunded it, and I spent the money on something else.
That's fair enough. I kind of just held on to it, and I was like,
Yeah.
I have all 44 achievements in the game. Fucking who'd have knew?
Yeah.
Let's see, because fucking
You guys already talk about the new upcoming games?
No,
no, we were on that C2 shit
Ah,
when you
figured.
went to the restroom real fast.
Well, my top favorite right now that I saw on that whole like PlayStation list was oh wait, before I even start anything, Spider-Man, Miles Morales,
My
that
dad
that
is.
new one that's about to come out and
Oh, Spider-Man 2.
the
When does
the
that come out?
the movie. You
Oh,
know, the Miles Morales. You know,
Oh,
when
yeah.
2042 Spider-Man's trying to kill
yeah.
Miles or something.
That fucking. I thought you were talking about the game. No, yeah.
That's also a dope game, but I don't know anything
no,
about it yet.
no, it's not No Way Home. What the fuck am I talking about?
I can't think of
Yeah.
it.
Anyway,
Title.
Into
Anyway.
the multiverse?
yeah.
Yeah, is that what it is? I mean, that yeah, there is the whole multiverse.
Whatever. That same timeline though. Go ahead.
It's it looks pretty good. Well, yeah, the Peter Parker he meets has a kid now. 2042's in there. So the PlayStation 4 Sony one apparently is in there.
Oh,
There's
dude, a
so
ton
many
of them
weird
are
and
in
wacky,
there.
different.
There's
yeah,
that-
'cause
there's
it's
that
all of
rapper?
them. Like it's crazy.
That they put in there as well. I don't know who it is. I just remember seeing it though. Fuck.
I know what you're talking about. I don't remember what it was
Yeah.
either.
No, dude.
But-
I mean, dude, those movies are fucking amazing.
Yeah, Marvel is definitely got its up and downs. I still need to go see Guardians of the Galaxy 3.
I heard it was good.
It was good.
I heard it was pretty
saw
good
it. It
too.
was pretty
I'm
good.
hearing a lot of people are crying over Raccoon though.
It was a. I will say, without spoiling too much, it was a roller coaster of emotions, and I needed to pee, and there was not a break I could go pee at.
Look,
Uh-oh.
man, I'm also like way behind on movies. I still haven't even seen Avatar 2 yet.
I haven't seen Avatar.
Dude, Avatar 2 is
You
like,
think you're behind? I still haven't seen Avatar 1.
you know what, dude? If you go watch Avatar 1 and you like Avatar 1, you'll like Avatar 2, but you'll like it just because it's more of the same.
Yes.
The Avatar 2 is definitely not like a mind-blowing experience because you've already seen the first one. But like, yeah. I mean, dude, Spider-Man 2 though, like keeping on that fucking whole game movie shit. Spider-Man 2, the game from Insomniac, also coming out soon. Enough, I guess. But that looks fucking cool. I really like Miles Morales. I really like the concept of the Spider-Man games because Spider-Man's a lot older, and I've always liked that.
Mhm.
Like older Spider-Man, I think it might just be because I'm older now, so it's like really cool to see a Spider-Man that like isn't just like a, you know, freshman in college. You know, it's like okay, now it's a Spider-Man that's like dealing with like, should I get married soon? You
I
know,
bet you
like
$10. I bet you $10. At the end of Spider-Man 2, Peter Parker dies.
all right, well, you're gonna really make me sad if he does.
Well, it makes sense unless it's gonna be some weird like multiverse, alternate dimension timeline.
I think
Like-
it's gonna be the latter.
Like
Gonna be
in that
honest.
movie, they talk about it. Gwen Stacy, she says it because she starts talking to all the other Gwen Stacys, and like, yeah, Peter Parker dies, or this happens, or you know, Peter Parker or Peter Parker in these realms always have their Gwen Stacy's dying,
Yeah,
or
except
never
in
meet
Gwen
MJ, or an
Stacy's,
MJ
yeah.
does this, and there's always just these thousands and millions of different routes in the same even multiverse. It's so crazy to think about. It's just your psyche can't even fucking
Dude,
think of
I
that many
I
opportunities.
don't know. It always I don't know. I don't sort of like the trend. Like I don't mind it sometimes, but the trend where they're killing the original heroes to like replace them with like their secondaries is kind of weird. Like Falcon and the Winter Soldier. Like I feel like Winter Soldier and Falcon can never replace Captain America, and I feel like throughout the show they kind of. I mean, I feel like they were aware of that fact.
They made a
At
show.
least, yeah, it's called Falcon and the Winter Soldier.
Oh yeah.
You know, same with Spider-Man and like Miles Morales. Like Miles Morales is good, but the entire reason that people like it is because Spider-Man is Spider-Man. That's the whole fucking name of the game. You know what I mean? That is who the it's like replacing Superman with Superboy or fucking Batman with Robin. Like you know, those are fun to kind of like fuck with for a little bit, but that's kind of like the whole point of it is to play as Batman or enjoy Batman.
The only thing I will say is at least they're not flashpointing it.
Well, who
I
fucking knows?
I have never seen a good Flashpoint movie, and I have seen a bunch of them. The Flashpoint.
Yeah.
Not even the animated one?
Even the animated one.
was okay.
You didn't like the animated one?
The animated one made me go want to die.
Really?
It was. I
It wasn't
hated
that
the
awful.
animated one.
Man,
It-
Jimmy
it
wants to
was.
fucking. Jimmy thinks about it, and he's like, "I'm gonna kill myself right now."
The animated one really was that bad.
Damn.
Damn, Jimmy,
Nah, I
my
just feel
opinion.
bad.
fucking crazy.
In my opinion.
Dying. I'm dying out here.
But I also didn't. I
I got bad
also
opinions.
didn't like. No, here's a controversial opinion. I did not like the new Batman.
Okay, Jimmy,
The newest
you're
one?
The
done.
newest one. It was too long.
Oh, that's what it was.
It was too long.
Too long. Couldn't watch it.
No, I watched it. It was way too long. There was too much filler for me.
I can't have an opinion on it because I didn't see it.
Well,
God
it's
damn
3
it,
hours.
Loki.
Again,
so-
I'm still behind.
It's good.
It's not
good.
bad, but
I've heard it's kind of good.
it did not deserve to be 3 hours.
Yeah,
It would have
mean,
been a great movie, but because it was 3, it kind of ruined it for me.
I feel like they
Also Robert Pattinson.
probably. I didn't mind him. I think he's a really bad Bruce Wayne.
Yeah,
Like the way he looks as Bruce Wayne is so like
he's,
piss baby. I don't even know how to explain it.
they took a take on Batman that just isn't what is the current take on Batman. Which, I mean, it wasn't a bad take, but he was just broody.
Yeah, I feel like honestly, that if I could see it in any way, Bruce Wayne, they should have like slicked his hair back instead of like letting it be kind of emo-y forward.
Yeah.
And they should have made him happy and like kind of like unaware of how the seriousness. Like you remember when he went to the building? Do you remember when you see him in the suit and he goes in and he's all piss baby? Is that like for a marriage?
I
Or is it
don't know.
And then the guy like has a bomb on him.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about. Hey, that was a bank, I think.
Whoa.
Was it a bank?
I believe that was a bank.
Whoa. I got my drug.
I whatever. Anyway,
I don't know.
point is that he looked really emo there. And the thing is that if they put his hair up and made him seem kind of like he might have been drinking the whole day or like doesn't really give a fuck that he's there and is like loud, that would have been so much better to see.
Yeah, my problem is just Batman isn't emo. That's just not what he is.
Like Batman is like brooding and dark, but Bruce Wayne isn't emo. Bruce Wayne, the entire point of like Batman as a series is that Batman is a real character and Bruce Wayne is the act.
Yeah.
And it just felt like Batman was just taking off his costume. Like Bruce Wayne should be the fake.
Him as Batman, other than the fact that I did not like his face under the suit, was fine.
Yeah.
Like he did a decent job as Batman in the suit, other than his face. But yeah.
Well, speaking of too, what's his name? Died. The voice actor for Batman.
Batman.
Like the not Insomniac Batman. What's it called? The Arkham series games. Yeah.
I don't
Kevin Conroy?
Is that who it was? Yeah. Anyway, he passed away.
Oh.
He passed away, and he did his voice acting for the last game, which is Suicide Squad versus the Justice League, or just Suicide Squad.
I never knew if that got completed with his voice lines or not.
He did. And so when you hear Batman talk in this new Suicide Squad game, that's the last time you're going to hear him as Batman.
That's true. That's creepy and weird to think about. My goodness.
I mean,
it sucks.
Had the same thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, Kevin Conroy was the number one Batman. He was around forever.
I really liked his voice. I really, really liked his voice. I think that he hit Batman on the mark.
I didn't really like the new Joker movie either that much.
No, I thought the Joker movie was a little like...
When did he start? He started in 1993.
It felt like watching a person have a mental breakdown.
Yeah, and it just was kind of like uncomfortable.
I already have to deal with that too much in normal school life. I don't really want to watch a movie about it.
Yeah. I mean, yeah. It kind of just felt like.
I mean, Joaquin Phoenix did a decent job as Joker, but
No, I mean, I don't think he was bad.
Nobody can be Joker anymore for me.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't really think it's bad. I just feel like Heath Ledger might have not been a pick because I think that I like Joker more in the concept of he shouldn't be an alone character. I think that his like I like Batman more as a realistic presence, if that makes sense, where like you can actually like that's why I like the Batman, the new one, because he isn't like when he had to jump off the roof to the police department, he used a wingsuit that he had set up in his cape.
Yeah.
Like, so it zipped together. It wasn't like he just extended his arms, you know what I mean, and fucking jumped out. Which is more realistic, you know what I mean? And he didn't land softly.
Oh, yeah.
You know, he got fucked up. But, like, the point is, you know, so it's, like, real. It's like he had to fucking... It was, like, a last-ditch effort. But at the same time, you have Heath Ledger's Joker, or just Joker in general, who take things a little bit too seriously, like Joaquin Phoenix did, to an even greater extent, where now it's like too real, which just makes it look weird.
Like Heath Ledger, it felt real, but it didn't feel weird to me.
Mm-hmm. No, I know what you mean. It just seems like weird.
Yeah, like it felt real with Heath Ledger's. Whereas, I mean, it did Joaquin Phoenix, but Joaquin Phoenix felt real but wrong at the same time.
Yeah, it's just like, he was like painting his tongue, and he was super skinny, and just like a lot of those scenes, I just felt very like, ugh. Like Joker, I think should always be more like comic book based than I think I'd like to see my Batman, where I'd like to see Batman a little bit more, like, realistic.
Yeah.
Because, like, the Arkham series Batman is the most unobtainable thing you could ever look at as far as Batman is concerned, because he's, like, 6'7" and, like, fucking 280 pounds. Whereas, like, Robert Pattinson is, like, a way more realistic-looking Batman, you know? But I feel like Heath Ledger's Joker was a real more realistic Joker, but... Joaquin Phoenix. No, I'm saying, but Joaquin Phoenix's Joker was like, he was like 80 pounds.
Yeah.
Like, how could you see that as a threat? Like, he's crazy as fuck, but he's also 80 pounds.
See it as a threat?
He's like, he just looks like just creepy. And
like,
I feel like the
method acting, and then there's method acting that way where it's just not it
just looks, yeah, and it's like, you know, I would just
really going, I could pick up this kid.
Yeah, I was like,
because anybody, I mean, a fucking 10-year-old could probably kick Joaquin Phoenix in the leg and hurt him severely. Yeah. He just looks like so just malnourished.
Yeah, I was like, Heath Ledger method acted himself to death.
Yeah, whereas I think Heath Ledger's Joker definitely pinnacled it. I think that I at least in some fashion
I mean-
applaud fucking Jared Leto for trying.
Jared Leto?
Yeah.
When was Jared Leto? When was he Joker?
Suicide Squad.
Oh, okay,
Yep.
it's the Suicide Squad one.
Um,
I kind of
not the best one of
mine. No. I'm just saying,
There for that, so.
I applaud him for trying
Yeah.
because I don't mind tattoo Joker. I don't mind more like
I
mafioso
feel like
Joker.
It's awful. I feel like it should have
But
never happened.
I
feel
think
like it was a mistake.
I think that Jared Leto being Joker is probably not the greatest thing. I think that he just took it a little bit too far.
So Jared Leto would look good as Joker, but wouldn't be good as Joker.
No, I think I definitely Heath Ledger really hit the nail on the chalkboard where he had like scars, but they were covered up by the paint that he painted his face with. He was kind of crazy, but also kind of extremely scary at the same time because
like
he would do things
I
that
got
he
these
thought
scars
were
seen.
funny. Yeah, because he would do shit that in his mind would seem fucking hilarious, but to you be the worst thing of your life.
Yeah, like I want to bring it back to that, the how I got these scars seen. The face on the woman he was in front of that just pure fear face.
Yeah.
Was just encapsulated the Joker.
Well,
what the Joker's goal is.
You remember when
And
I don't know if you
I think it's
remember
played by
this.
an 80-pound fucking Joaquin Phoenix.
Yeah. No, that's what I'm saying though. Like because the thing is you look at Heath Ledger and he walks around like he might just stab you because he wants to, and he doesn't look like decrepit. He doesn't look like if he ran for like 10 minutes he would fall over.
Die of lack of blood or something.
Yeah, just fucking no calories at all. I don't know. I mean, there's so many things going on though. I feel like hopefully maybe someone else comes along.
And then, have you seen Shazam, the new Shazam?
No, I haven't. I've heard it's not great.
Shazam!
So I will say there is one redeeming quality about it. Not gonna say what, but there is one redeeming quality about the entire movie.
I feel like knowing you, it's something fucking stupid.
It's one of the actors. That's the only redeeming quality.
Oh, fair enough.
Me and my group of friends after a track meet had a conversation about this on the way home. About it. We just sat there, and one of the girls on our track team overheard us, and we were just like, "What you guys talking about?" And we're like, "Oh, nothing." And she's like, "I'm a lesbian. It's funny." And so we got one more.
I know
person
exactly
involved in
what
our
you're talking
conversation.
about. I know exactly who the fuck you're talking about.
Who?
I'm not even gonna talk about it. I'm gonna just ignore it.
I'm just gonna ignore
I was just gonna move on.
It
No,
was just funny.
I feel like I'm really glad that things are actually happening now, though, as far as like game news goes, because I remember that fucking detrimental time. I feel like we're still in this weird lull though, where there's so many dumb things going on, as far as like game news is concerned. Where like now they're charging $70 for games that might not even be worth fucking $60, which I'm so fucking not happy about.
Free-to-play games, too.
Yeah, free, dude. Don't even get me started on fucking War Thunder, bro.
I was gonna say, the War Thunder shit, I mean, I still
Yeah,
play
you're
the
getting
game.
screwed over in your favorite game of War Thunder.
I enjoy playing the game. I mean, I'm
Dude.
playing it for half of this recording.
Fortnite.
But until it crashed.
Fortnite.
Like, it's ridiculous just how far it's gone.
We're talking about War Thunder, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Dude, fucking soapbox this bitch real fast. War Thunder as a game, I don't think is really that bad. Like, so I think if you look at it from the point of, if I can give you any tank you want and you can go into a map and play, and you have access to everything, I think that people would have fun. The problem comes into play when you actually start looking at the game in the concept of, like, so they have Silver Lions, which is kind of like their like in-game current currency. They have their paid current currency, which is Golden Eagles. And then they have RP, which is research points, because you have to research a tank before you can pay in-game currency to unlock the tank, right? So there's kind of a couple steps.
World of Tanks has that too, though. So.
Yes, but the problem that I have with War Thunder now is that they have once again upped the amount of RP and shit and like Silver Lions you need to unlock tanks.
Oh, yeah.
But
And planes.
lowered. Yeah, and just vehicles. Ships, their repair costs. So every time you die, you have to pay a like fee to get the tank back at a reasonable time, which is, I guess, fine. It's a free to play game, so there has to be some weird fucking movements in it, But when I first started to play a while ago, it used to be 2,000 silver lions a tank, maybe 5,000 when you get to those upper levels, But now, dude, it's like I have a Cold War era tank, which is kind of like, if you could think of the grand scheme of research, I am halfway through one faction, and those tanks cost me 50,000 lions. And they recently did that. And so the community is, I mean, there's a bunch of other shit that they're doing, now when you kill people, you get less money for it. So you are equally having to spend more while also getting less.
Yeah, at the very top of the aircraft, highest you can get. I was playing in an F-16 earlier. The F-16, for just reference, was 1.5 million silver lions. I was getting 7,000 silver lions a kill.
Yeah.
And it cost 1.5 million to get it.
And it's just fucking ridiculous. It's like, I get it at some extent that you have to have these things.
It's a company.
But at the same time, dude, it's like, oh, and not to mention, so they did this, and then everybody got pissed. Right. And then all of a sudden they release something, which I definitely implore you guys to read it, because I'm about to fuck it up what they say, because I don't have it in front of me. But they said to something along the lines of, this is how we think, or this is how free games should be played, and you guys don't actually know how to play them.
Yeah.
And they expressed that they are looking to actually get more out of the people who are playing the games, because they believe that about 80% of their players don't, A, spend any money at all, and B, to them, then are not worth it. So they're equally trying to kill the amount of people who don't spend money, while also making sure the people who do spend money spend more money.
Yeah.
So they're trying to expand their ceiling without trying to expand their base.
It breaks basic rules of economics.
Dude, it's like, why wouldn't you make the game easier to play? Because, so Mav, who is on the podcasts, I talk to him all the time. Yeah. But Mav is willing to at least try to have fun in the game, because he has friends, like one of his friends, Toast, who's in the unit, Sheriff, me, we all play War Thunder. He doesn't. And you know why he doesn't? Because he's not willing to spend fucking $30 to bring him up to some realistic point in the game anymore.
Yeah.
And by the way, I have spent, I think $12 every, 2 weeks on that game for the past, 2 months. And I'm only halfway through a single tree. No, there's, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
There's 8?
8?
9?
8 factions in the game you can play as. United States, Russia, Germany, whatever. I am halfway through Germany. That's it.
I have a friend who has top tier in four countries.
Yeah.
To achieve that, he has spent, and this is a number I am pulling from the last time we sat, because me and him both got bored one day and sat down and crunched how much we spent on the game. I don't remember what mine is. I'm not going to say it.
Yeah, I'm not even going to look.
His was in the $1,000 range.
Yeah. No, I fucking, dude, Toast, the guy, I have spent money to counter shit that he spent money on, and he has spent, fucking up of 2K.
I mean, his most expensive purchase was $140 on one thing.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And it was
or at least I'm sure he spent fucking $2,000 on the game. I don't know for sure, but from fucking the amount of shit that he pulls out, yeah, it wouldn't surprise me.
The most expensive vehicle in the game that you can buy is upwards of in the grand.
Yeah. And it's just like, and you know what? If people want to sell games like that, that's fine. But the fucking problem with it is that War Thunder would have more people to play the game and like maybe spend $7 here or there and like expand that base if they made it easier to fucking enjoy. Because it's not. It is not fun at all to play for new people. Like if you looked me in the eyes and said, "Hey, do you want to restart from zero right now and try to get back to where you were?" I would say, "Fuck no."
Yeah, I was gonna say, unless you are giving me like $100 to spend on it that isn't my own money, I'll play for fun. If I keep my main account, I would just start over for fun.
Well, like we have
Because
other
I
guys
would
in the
spend
unit
it on one top tier vehicle, and that's easier.
Yeah, we have, and that too. If anything, though, you know, there's like the obvious Russian bias.
Oh yeah.
You know, they're a Russian company, so for some ungodly reason, Russian tanks are just fucking superior to any other thing on the field.
And Chinese tanks are the worst, and I love it.
And then you have, you know, a bunch of issues with premium accounts, or not accounts, but premium vehicles that
Premium
might be the same vehicle, but are better.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, you literally will have vehicles that you'll read the description, and it'll literally say, for all intents and purposes, this vehicle is the same vehicle, but it's just a command version, so it has like an antenna, you know, or whatever, and it's fucking way better.
Like internal modifications that don't actually change anything. It's like we added a radio to our tank.
So I'm totally fine with shit like that though happening, because in some level, so like for anyone who listens, if you know vehicles, there's this thing called a Tiger 2, or it's the Tiger Heavy, you know, or just the Tiger 2, whatever. There's a premium version of the Tiger 2 that you can get that has a hybrid diesel engine. And so if you were going to pay... Yeah, but whatever. Point is, it's a premium version of the Tiger 2. That being said, that premium Tiger 2 with that new engine runs faster. You know what I mean? Because the engine is built at like a newer level. So like, I don't knock that tank's going to be better just because like, no shit. But at the same time, it's like, there's a lot of vehicles in that game that are the same exact vehicle. Yeah. Like, you know, there's some tanks in that game where you have the tank that you can unlock, and then there's a version of that tank that has like missile pods on it. You know? And it's like, yeah, okay, that's a premium tank because it's like fun. Or, you know, you have like the famous British tank that has a flamethrower. That's a premium tank versus the normal tank you can get that doesn't have a flamethrower. Like, that makes sense. Oh, yeah. You're actually paying for something.
And it's just significantly worse of a vehicle.
Yeah, and it's slower because it's dragging a fucking thing behind it. But no, I mean, it's a weird game that I really like because it is like historical and fun and accurate and cool, but like at the same time it like is eating its players. Not fun. Yeah, and it's like it's not fun, and I think if they fix the economy, it'll probably help a lot more people, because if you can convince somebody, hey, it'll probably take you 6 months to get to top tier, but like that's it. Like you can get the game, play it, and as long as you're like getting a couple kills each match you play, you'll probably get to top tier in about 6 months. That is reasonable as fuck.
I've been playing the game for 5 years, and I have 3 top tier vehicles.
Yeah. It's just fucking like, it's just like, that's crazy. And you've probably spent more money than you'd like to admit on the game as well. Yeah. Somebody should be able to play the game for free. And fucking, you know.
6 months seems reasonable.
Yeah, 6 months, 7 months. If you play 2 hours a day and you get 3 kills a match for those 2 hours, you know, reasonable enough.
And you should be able to make money. You should actually be able to make money and not just break even.
Right. And you, like,
maybe
whatever.
It's still the most broken money-making method, because, yeah.
I mean, there's a lot of other games coming out, so fucking they better fix their shit like soon. Yeah. Because something I had pulled up also before we recorded that I'm sure Loki's super fucking interested in is Metal Gear Solid Snake Eater.
Yes.
I'm just
fangirling over it with my button.
I fucking love Metal Gear games. I think that they don't make any sense to me sometimes. because I started playing when I was young and I had no fucking idea what was going on.
The lore in it, you can definitely get lost in with the 5 different snakes. And who is really big boss. But
Yeah, and the 3 different big bosses.
Yeah. In the end, though, you kind of
Snake
like,
Eater was my first Metal Gear game that I played.
Mhm.
I think so. Yeah, I think it was. So I'm really excited that they're remaking it. Do you? I'm sure then you played the dog shit out of the most recent Metal Gear, right?
The most recent one.
I don't even remember the name of it.
Metal Gear Survive Rising? Was
Not Survive.
Fucking trash.
No. The one that was like the real Metal Gear Solid 5, I think it was.
Yeah, when you're
when
you're Venom.
Venom Snake.
Yeah, that was pretty good. I liked it. I liked the multiplayer concept they had back then, but of course, you play multiplayer now, it's kind of fucking whack and crazy and hackers. Anyways, but yeah, it's a really interesting story. But the thing was, it was halfway through that game that they removed the big man himself from his golden child. And so it was towards Act 2 and Act 3 in that game. They didn't know what to do anymore. They're like, what do we do? We got rid of this, writer that's been writing this story this whole time. What do we do?
Oh yeah, because they dropped
scrap all this story. All right, cool, and then replay the story. Just do the same thing again, and that's what happened. And so it lost me in Act 2. I was like, dude, what happened?
Yeah, the mind fuck though that I feel like happens when you like wrap up the story is pretty crazy. Because like I guess I really didn't think that it was Snake, like solid, but at the end it was, but it wasn't.
Yeah,
and like you go through the whole like mind fuck. I mean, like spoilers. I don't even need to warn about them because that game came out fucking a couple years now. But I think it visually still holds up like a motherfucker today. And the fact that you have a helicopter you upgrade that will play jams that you can upload as it comes to like pick you up and do like cast missions is the coolest fucking thing ever. Because I remember downloading all the music I had from like Spotify.
Oh yeah.
And it would like blare my fucking jams. I would listen to it like the gym while it like came in to like shoot its miniguns and shit.
I could never stop listening to A Man Who Sold the World. It was such a vibe.
Oh, and the map concept was very cool too.
What, Afghanistan, Africa?
You use your like little like handheld thing.
I got you.
And swapping between everything was really cool as fuck too. Like the whole game is really cool. And then you had that pre-DLC where you went to Guantanamo.
Yeah,
I love going to Guantanamo Bay.
That was crazy. I don't even know what the fuck I was doing there.
And then the child soldier has bomb, and you're like, no.
Yeah.
And then that's what causes Venom to become Venom, and yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I guess we can talk about the whole reason. So
sorry. Do you want Reach to be spoil free too? Should we not talk about Halo Reach?
Yeah, we should
not talk about.
I'm just saying like. So you have Solid Snake, who I guess is, for all intents and purposes...
The story's already confusing as it is.
Yeah,
I
right.
gotta go to sleep soon, by the way.
Yeah,
we'll
wrap it up.
Yeah,
it's been about an hour.
So, I haven't played any of these games, so...
No, dude, it's super fucking confusing. I think we could go on that for hours, but no, the game is crazy. I mean, I don't know. We can wrap it up. Anyway, yeah, I'm glad that we were actually able to get a recording going again. Just life has been fucking... so busy, I think, for Loki and I, and then
and me,
and just everybody, because of these leadership roles, just roles in general coming up in life, and fucking graduations for so many people, and so I'm really glad we could sit down and do this.
Oh, hey Jimmy. Oh, Dante. Hey. You coming to that PvP up tomorrow, huh?
Probably. What time are you gonna host it?
Shit, what did I promise?
I might be going mattress shopping at that time. Fuck, I forgot about it.
Mattress shopping? You're boring.
That's weird. You buy mattresses?
I need a new one, so...
Totally.
You be pooping the bed a lot? Or...
I did announce what time it was.
No, you didn't.
Hold on, let me look back. I feel like I did. No, I feel like
Posted
it
the time
did you
breaker.
upload the right mods?
No, he just posted.
Man,
the
look at
tiebreaker.
that! I did post the time. Thinking
Wow.
of hosting the this
Jimmy
op
can't
at
read, that's why-
5:23 next
that's why he's
Thursday
the-
at
that's
9
why he's-
p.m.
That's why
EST.
he's the
crazy.
picture guy.
Where'd you put that?
Man,
Jimmy
we
doesn't
really
read.
gotta implement the reading course. We
Where'd you
only
put it?
ask
Yeah,
people to
reading
write.
well.
Where? I don't. I,
Operations alert. Where
I'm
yeah.
staring at it.
Yeah.
I see the join op, and
It's right
I
above
see,
Dev's GIF where it says "There will be blood."
Interesting.
Am I looking at the right
Interesting.
operation? alert?
Interesting. It is like 2 a.m. By the way, everybody that's listening, so
Oh,
it's not
yeah,
like noon
so
and
if you
Jimmy's
look
just a
under
lazy
that, though,
bitch.
there's a final vote with a date vote in there, though.
Ooh.
So
Oh, Jimmy take.
what date?
Yeah, I would have told
Loki,
you.
what
Though.
do you have to
I
say
would
to
I
that?
would have
ahead.
told you though.
I
You
think
know.
you. I think
Hey,
you should have
maybe you guys should
announced
kiss or
one,
something.
What it is,
I feel like
and
we
two,
definitely should
I
kiss.
think you
when
guys should
it
start
is.
kissing.
I think you're just a bad.
Yeah.
I think this is just
Bad
like
time
that one
guy.
time you didn't post the op board until an hour before the op.
Ooh.
I think you're a bad
disagree.
CG lead.
Call
No.
outs.
I think you're a bad
This is
CG lead. I
slander
said
of
it.
my name.
Uh-oh. These lies on my name!
Yeah. You know what? Minus 100 chub bucks for
Ah, Chub
What?
coin.
You're
know
in
what?
debt
Yeah,
now.
your stock
I
is getting
believe
taken.
dead.
Dead now. You're in debt already?
Oh,
I
shit,
just got
dude.
in the debt.
Alright, you
Chub bucks.
goofy odd motherfuckers need to get off my computer. I'm
That's
fucking...
true.
I
Alright,
need to
thanks for listening, everybody.
Okay, go to
Civil, I know that your French ass is going to listen to this. I swear to God, eventually we'll get together and make this podcast, brother.
He's got a good ass story.
I appreciate
He's
it.
gotta share
Yeah, he's got a great story, everybody, so keep your eye out for that one. Thank you. Love you.